With your group, and Akansha with your group, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
So today the class representative are Sachin and Akansha. So you all will speak, and rest of the 40 students will just listen to Akansha and Sachin, right?
Yes, sir.
So let us see. I'll give everybody equal opportunity. So now we are going for spherical mirror. You can imagine a ball, all right, a ball, a hollow ball, a spherical ball. And then what happens from that ball? I cut apart. Then you will get another from that ball, a ball type of thing. This type of thing will cut out. And then if I keep it's a glass thing. So if I polish it from this side and I make the cave part as the reflecting surface, then that mirror will be the concave mirror. Concave mirror. And if I just do the reverse, that means if I put the bulging part as the reflecting surface and the other part becomes the polished surface, this part is the polished surface, then it becomes a convex mirror. So that means, or just the reverse thing, if I pick up a convex mirror, I can imagine that it will complete a ball, isn't it? So now some terms related, but before that try to understand. This is the reflecting surface, so it is a concave mirror. So the reflecting surface is inside, cave-like. Inside the cave, the rays are incident and they get reflected again. And convex, what will happen? Just the opposite. This is bulging, so the rays come this way and they reflect. Now some terms. So what is center of curvature? Center of curvature, you can complete a ball over here. So the center of that imaginary or actual ball, might be from the actual ball I have taken the mirror out. So the center of that imaginary or hollow glass sphere of which the mirror is a part is called the center of curvature. The center of that imaginary or actual hollow glass sphere, I missed that word actual. So the center of that imaginary or actual hollow glass sphere of which the mirror is a part is called the center of curvature. So Sachin, let me see if I've understood. Will the center of curvature be outside the mirror or it will be on the mirror?
Outside.
Outside the mirror. Very good. It will be outside the mirror. The center of curvature will be outside the mirror. Now if I take out the mirror itself looks like a circular object, isn't it? It looks like a circular. So it has its own geometrical center right in the middle over here. Or in case of convex, right in the middle over here. So the geometrical center of the mirror itself is called the pole. It's called the pole. So that will be where? Inside the mirror, on the mirror or outside the mirror?
On the mirror.
On the mirror. Very good. So that will be on the mirror. Very good. So pole is the geometrical center of mirror itself. Alright, Akansha, what is pole?
Pole is the geometrical center of the mirror.
Very good. Pole is the geometrical center of the mirror. Okay. So now if I draw a line which passes through, this, so this is C, center of curvature, I call it C, and I will term always at C and pole as P. So for just by convention or by our own, so this will be the principal axis. The principal axis is the line which passes through the pole and the center of curvature. Alright. Similarly for convex mirror also the same thing. It is a line which passes through the center of curvature and the pole. Now some definition on your own you have to write. Now carefully listen to me, Akansha and Sachin, and try to answer. Okay, carefully written. On all the 40 will see if they have understood or not. Otherwise you'll raise hand and try to answer. Now the distance between center of curvature and pole is called the radius of curvature. The distance between the center and the pole is called the radius of curvature. So so from here to here, if I measure, suppose this case from here to here, the length is 10 centimeters. So what is the radius of curvature?
10 centimeters.
10 centimeters. What is the radius of curvature, Sachin?
The distance between between C and
P. Very good. So what is C?
C is the center of curvature.
And what is P?
Pole.
So the distance between the center of curvature and the pole is called the center of curvature, and the pole is called what? The radius of curvature. It is denoted by R. In this here also, you know why it will be called the radius of curvature. CC is here and P will be on the circumference of this hollow glass sphere. So this is radius of curvature. Did you understand? Now see what happens. There is a very important concept of focus. Very important concept of focus. Try to understand. This is a concave mirror. A ray comes parallel to the principal axis and it meets at one point. Then the other ray comes parallel and meet. All the rays which are parallel and close to the principal axis will meet at one point or converge at one point, and that is known as the focus. That is known as the focus. In case of a convex mirror, let us see what will happen. All the rays parallel and close will appear to diverge from a point. They are appearing to diverge from this point. So this is known as focus and this is known as focus. So what do you understand by focus of mirror? All the rays parallel and close to the principal axis will converge at a point after reflection, and that point on the principal axis is called focus in case of a concave mirror, and all the rays parallel and close to the principal axis will appear to diverge from a point after reflection in case of a convex mirror. So these points are called what? Focus. So very important definition over there, very important. And the focus of convex mirror is virtual and the focus of concave mirror is real. So I'll write down this definition. Somewhere I'll need some board space, so I'll write here all the rays parallel and close, all the rays parallel and close to the principal axis, after reflection converge at a point in case of a concave mirror, and appear to diverge from a point, in case of a convex mirror. These points are called, in case of a convex mirror, these points are called foci of the respective mirrors. It's very important to understand this. So focus is a very important definition. And you know what happens actually, the actual concave mirrors or convex mirror. Now listen, both of you, actual concave mirror or convex mirror will not actually focus all the time. There is a slight deviation in the behavior. What happens? Those which are very close will be focused, but sometimes there will be 2 or 3 multiple focuses. So the inability of the spherical mirror to focus all the rays at one point is called spherical aberration. That means the behavior away from the normal. Aberration means you deviate from a particular behavior. So spherical aberration is a term which is asked in certain examination. So what happens? Suppose I take up this concave mirror and I try to put a light over here. So what happens? All the rays which are parallel and close to the principal axis, some of will focus here and some of them may focus here. So there may be multiple focuses. To overcome this aberration, we use the parabolic mirror. Parabolic mirror is more curved, like a parabola. Then all the rays will converge at one point, and just the opposite of this. If I keep a bulb over here, it will make a parallel beam. Therefore the headlights of motorcycles nowadays have got parabolic reflectors. So we get a strong parallel beams of light, or searchlights, they have that. Instead of the concave mirror, where you put a bulb on the focus, then the light will little bit scatter and not have a strong parallel beam. So in searchlight and all, they have this parabolic mirror. Thank you. God bless you all. Thanks a lot.